Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm Rocket and this is part 2 of my Resolute HackTheBox walkthrough. If you want to see part 1, check out the link in the description below. So, in the previous video we found some credentials that were leaked through Active Directory, and we tried logging in with them as the Marco user. We were not successful, so we have to go back to the thinking board. So, when we go look at our query here, and we go find this description right here, we notice that, hey, the account Marco was created. Its password was set to welcome123. So the keyword is not to pay attention to this part, but it's to pay attention to this part right here where it says account created. So when I see something like this in this sort of grammar and context, I think of a machine, I think of a robot, and it's saying, hey, the account was created, so there must be some sort of system automation here, which could possibly mean that the password welcome123 is a default credential for all accounts that were created. And also, humans make mistakes, and one of those mistakes is just not changing your password after it was set. Marco was clever enough to change his passwords before we tried logging in with his default credentials. But can we say the same thing for every other account? Well, we're about to find out in this video. So, first we need to compile a word list of user counts that have SAM account type, of user counts. So, I've shown how to do this in the previous video, but this time we're going to do some awk magic on this to compile a word list of usernames. Well, let's change our LDAP query. We'll change it to, we'll get everything from LDAP that is a user account. And the part that we care about is the SAM account name. So we're gonna run grep through this. We're gonna grep for the SAM account name, and we can find that we get some nice results here, but we only care about the right column. So what we can do here is pipe it through awk and use a space as a delimiter, and then we're going to print the second column. So we can say print then $2, $2 to second column. Wait, maybe not in quotes. There we go. And we'll dump this to, actually, I'm gonna go back a directory, make a directory called exploit. So here, run this command. We're gonna just call it LDAP users, or let's go AD users. .text. Perfect. We have our list of users. Now we're going to try log in with the credentials welcome123 ! for all users in this word list. We're not going to do that manually because that's tedious and not so interesting. Instead, we're going to use Metasploit. And there is a Metasploit module that will allow you to brute force credentials on a Windows remoting service. I'm going to show that to you right here. All right, so first off, we can say search WinRM. And here we have an auxiliary module called WinRM login. So we'll just go ahead and use this. Go info to see what kind of parameters we need to pass to it. In this case, I like to have more threads. So I'll just say set threads is 5. I like to set the rhosts to resolute.htb. Set set password is welcome123. And then set user file to AD users.text. Let's go info again to see which fields we still might want to fill out. And it looks like we can just go and run this, so let's go run. And it looks like we have a hit. So let's take note of this. We were able to log into the machine using Windows remoting as Melanie user with the password welcome123. So I'm going to take note of this immediately. Copy this. It's always good to stay organized so you can remember which users you've compromised during a pen test. And also, if you need to ever come back to the box, it's very useful to have those credentials at hand. So let's go back to the root directory. We'll call this creds. And Marco was not welcome123, it was actually Melanie. And we'll say Melanie's password is welcome123 because she did not change it. So we can say though that default password is welcome123. All right, so let's go back to evil WinRM and log and see if we can't log in as Melanie there, right there. So Marco, we'll run it as Melanie. Connect to the remote endpoint. And we have a PowerShell session. Let's go who am I? All. And we are a user. We're also, notice that we're also part of the remote management users, and this makes sense because you need to be part of the remote management users group if you want to do Windows remoting. So let's go to the desktop, and there is the user flag. So that finishes part 2, and I will see you in the next video.